Magic lies at the heart of fantasy, and if you've been in the booktube community long enough, you'll know about the debate between hard and soft magic. And the best system between the two is, without a doubt, up to your taste. But the important question is, which should you use for your story? There's so many different things to consider, too many for one video, which is why we partnered with our friend James Tullos to help explain. He has his own video explaining some of the concepts that we won't have time to cover here. You can check out his video right here or down in the description. For those of you who don't know the difference between a hard and soft magic system, here's a quick overview. Hard magic is when a magic system has hard and fast rules that the audience knows. Examples include Full Metal Alchemist and its Law of Equivalent Exchange, Allomancy in Brandon Sanderson's Mistborn, or even type matchups in Pokemon. You know that a Blastoise is going to be more effective against a Charizard than a Venusaur. Soft magic is where things get a little more hazy. The audience may have some understanding of how the magic works, but the mechanics are left by the wayside. Some classic examples are Star Wars or Lord of the Rings. The audience may know a bit about how the magic system works, like maybe they know what it takes to cast a spell, but maybe they don't understand what the side effects are. Every magic system can have hard or soft aspects. A firebender can throw fire at an enemy, but we know it makes them tired. But fatigue is a vague cost to a magic system, and therefore makes the system softer. While people online like to debate which is better, hard and soft magic systems aren't opposed to each other. They're just two sides of a spectrum, hard and soft, with every magic system falling in between the two poles. Does this mean that you have to think about your magic system as hard or soft? No, not really. There are other schools of thought for how to build magic systems, but we aren't going to cover those in this video. I'll leave some links to resources in the description below you can check out if you're interested. While discourse surrounding magic systems is usually about audience preference, each system has its own strengths and weaknesses, and as a writer, understanding those strengths and weaknesses can help you pick a magic system that matches what you want to do with your story. Which magic system you choose can affect the four following aspects of your story: theme, audience, problem solving, and expansion. In this video, I'm going to be covering theme and audience, while James is going to cover problem solving and expansion in his. Let's dive in. Your magic system can be a way to explore the theme of a story. It can sweep people up into a world filled with mysticism, something the real world can lack. It can be a vehicle to say something that's hard to say explicitly. "You need to have faith in something greater" is a pretty tired phrase, but when you turn that idea into something like the Force, it can be a powerful metaphor. Making your magic system into a metaphor can be hard if you fall on the harder side of the spectrum. I'm not saying it's impossible by any means, but sometimes giving rules and restrictions to something can make it lose its sense of mysticism. If the audience knows how the magic system works, it takes away the mystery surrounding it. For example, if we learn a biological reason people can use the Force, then it takes away the religious metaphor. Instead of being a mystical experience, it becomes a mechanical operation, explained away by organelles in a cell.
I need a midichlorian count.
Now, every magic system doesn't have to be about mysticism and ooh, sparkle, sparkle. But some people like that from a fantasy story. I like that from a fantasy story. I like Star Wars growing up because it captured my imagination in a unique way and made me look at the world differently. You don't get that same perspective-changing effect from hard magic as often. Alchemy in Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood is cool, but it doesn't have the same emotional effect. Whenever I think about the emotional power of soft magic, I'm always reminded of Yoda pulling the X-Wing out of the swamp. Luke is caught in despair. He's certain that his success is impossible, but then Yoda lectures him about the Force.
Luminous beings are we, not this crude matter.
This moment isn't here to show off how powerful Yoda is. It's here to teach Luke a lesson, that anything is possible if he believes in himself and a higher power. It functions as a vague religious metaphor, and when Yoda lifts the X-Wing out of the swamp, it fills you with a sense of wonder. In hard magic systems, the magic tends to be a tool for the plot and not a vessel for metaphor and theme. Like I said, this is only a tendency though, but if you choose a hard magic system, you may have a harder time evoking a sense of wonder. Hard magic systems ask more of your audience than soft magic systems do. In hard systems, you have to spend time teaching so the audience understands, and that can turn some people off. If you're writing a hard fantasy story, then this probably won't be a problem for you. Fantasy audiences expect the learning curve. They've read the genre before and know what's coming. Some people actually enjoy learning about the magic system and all of its different rules. If you're writing for a broad audience, they may not be as interested in learning all about your magic system. A complex magic system raises the barrier for entry and limits your audience. Not to say that a large audience can't enjoy your story, but it decreases the chance. Think about your aunt. She may be willing to watch a Star Wars movie and enjoy it, but your aunt would hate the Stormlight Archive. Probably. I don't know your aunt. Maybe she's into fantasy. I'm really putting ants in a box here, but you get the point. Part of this also relies on the medium. Movies are a more accessible medium than books. These days, the average person spends a lot more time watching content than reading content, and hard magic systems can be hard to pull off on the screen. Remember that in hard magic systems, the audience understands how the magic works, and that takes time. Time you may not have if you're writing a movie. Every minute of screen time is precious, so the silver screen might not give you the time you need to teach your audience. Rather, film tends to lean on soft magic systems, which can cause some problems when you want to use your magic system to solve problems, but you can learn more about that in James's video, where he'll be talking about problem solving. If you're writing for a broad audience, then you want the barrier for entry to be as low as possible, so a hard magic system might not fit for your story. I say all of this so you can understand how choosing a magic system affects how your audience interacts with the story. Writing magic into a story can be hard. It can alienate people sometimes or create unsatisfying conclusions. When you are building a magic system, there are things that you need to stay aware of. There are some important questions to ask yourself. Who's my audience? What's my medium? Does my magic system explore a theme? And do I want my magic system to evoke wonder? There are other questions to ask, but I will leave those for James. Make sure you check his video out.
Yes, my video should be out right now and picks up where Levi left off. Specifically, I talk about how to use magic for problem solving and how to expand your systems over time.
Thanks for watching. But wait, there's more. Campfire Blaze is still in its closed beta, and once again, I have hidden keys throughout this video. The first 20 people to submit that key to the link down below will be able to join Campfire Blaze's closed beta for free. If you're watching this video in the distant future, still check out the description. Blaze might be in its open beta by this point, or it might be all the way released, all the way the full thing. Try out the free trial. If we have a free trial. Back to Levi in the booth. Hey, leave a like and subscribe if you liked this video. Leave us a comment telling us what your favorite magic system is, or let us know if you have any questions. This video was written by me, Levi Johnson, with the assistance of James Tullos. Our editor is Parker Brown, and our executive producer is Jackson Dickert. Thanks again for watching. You're the best.